Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Certainly been a busy day for me. I spent, an inordinate number of hours mowing the weeds that pass for a lawn and various and other things out in the sunshine. Got a bit of a burn on my face actually. And then on my lunch break, I had the pleasure of sitting with Russ on Porky's Corner, which if you've not subscribed, I recommend you go and visit and like, share and subscribe and all that good stuff. One of the subjects that came up when talking with Russ was Dillian Whyte. Now, as we know, Dillian Whyte was supposed to be on the undercard of Fabio Wardley and Justice Huni. That's this coming Saturday. Dillian Whyte's opponent was the much vaunted and often seen TBA. Well, for reasons that are unclear, TBA is not available. So, what on earth is going on? It could be that Dillian Whyte has not yet recovered from his injury. You will recall that he had an injury. Was it shoulder? I don't remember. I often get him and the good Mr. Big Baby Miller confused in my own mind. I wonder why I do that. Anyhow, Dillian Whyte, he may have lingering injury. He may have been the victim of, and I use the word victim very tongue-in-cheek, he may have been the victim of Frank Warren messing him about. Why would Frank Warren choose to mess Dillian Whyte about? Well, you may remember that back when Dillian Whyte was thought to be a reasonable fighter, this would be in April of 2022, he had a fight with Tyson Fury. And he did the square root of diddly squat to help promote that fight. Now, he was under no legal obligation to do so. I understand that. It's been made very clear that he did the bare minimum, and it was pretty bare. To promote the fight. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, say what you like about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is an outstanding showman. Par excellence. Definitely can sell a fight and get people interested in talking about him. And, so the fight went off, right? And Tyson Fury stopped Dillian Whyte in the 6th round. Since then, it's fair to say that Frank Warren might well have been a little bit, let's use the word miffed. He might have been a bit miffed at Dillian Whyte doing the absolute barest minimum. And Frank Warren has a memory, and it's thought to be quite long. And so one would not be surprised if Frank Warren is slightly messing Dillian Whyte around with respect to fights, schedules, dates, etc. It might have been that there was never any intention whatsoever for Dillian Whyte to fight on the undercard of the Fabio Wardley main event. One could have been they promised him a fight in order for him to, have a piece of the action with Wardley. Obviously, he and Wardley are very close. I'm not sure if there's still any legal contractual relationships. Don't know. It might have been simply to also sell tickets. Like, you would think that Fabio Wardley could sell out Ipswich, Portman Road, Ipswich Town Football Club home pitch. But you need a dance partner. Big Baby Miller, of course, for whatever reason, was not able to play. Justice Huni isn't such a good show person selling a fight. But, you've got Dillian Whyte on the card, and it becomes more entertaining, right? So now Dillian Whyte is not on the not on the card. His next fights will be TBA again. Dillian Whyte, of course, has put out, and it has been reported, that he's not available to fight this coming Saturday because he's got a very big fight coming up in August. Saturday is June, right? June the 7th. Sorry, I remember times when fighters used to fight, more frequently. Anyhow, who Dillian Whyte would be fighting in a big event, bigger than being, on the support for Fabio Wardley, Justice Huni at a sold-out Portman Road, one wonders. One would think Frank would know. Getting back to Frank again. Anyways, we shall see. What do you think Dillian Whyte should do? For me, he's 37. Is he a gatekeeper? Should he retire? Does he have any big fights left in him? He didn't look very spectacular against Ebenezer Tete, and he didn't look very spectacular against Christian Hammer. Dillian hasn't looked very spectacular for a long time. I mean, he lost and then he won against Povetkin, I suppose. Didn't look very spectacular losing against Fury. Hasn't looked very much for anything since then, right? So, let me know, what do you think? Should he sail away? He's had a reasonable career, been a British champion. He's made money, no doubt. Or do you think he should be fighting somebody else? And if so, whom? Okay, please like, please share, please subscribe. Have a fabulous day. And I am going to go back outside and do a little bit more outdoors work. That way I can bank that additional work. And that's my official, being a good man. All right, that's all I've got for the moment. Talk to you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye now.